Hello everyone, welcome to the 5 Minutes PM podcast. Traditionally, when it's the time around December and January, I love to talk about the year that has come to an end and the year that is beginning. And every time I record this podcast, I try to look back to the podcasts I did in previous years. And it's very interesting because many of them, they repeat the same pattern. So I want to start to saying that 2016 was a year of challenges, a year of surprises, a year of volatility and instability. And do you know, I don't believe that it was a special year. I think that we are living a trend of more volatility, more instability, more surprises in terms of environment, external environment, much more need for a good stakeholder management, a good communication, and a good risk management, a good approach. And if I can tell you, and I can share with you, what I usually do at this time of the year, for me is a great time. I know that calendar is just a human creation, but it's a very good time for us to just step back, sit, and think about what we did and what we plan to do. Understanding that we are on the driving seat of our projects and our careers. We are the project managers of our own careers and our own projects. So if I were you, what I would do today, I want to give you 3 quick advices. The first one is you need to understand that done is better than perfect. I said this 100 times, but I want just to repeat now one more time. Because a lot of people think that, I need to execute this project only when I have all information. Let me be honest. You will never ever have all information. At some point, you need just to start the race with all you have. So it's very, very important that you understand that results are what really matter. The second thing is that with this volatility, this instability, mechanisms of more short-term planning, they have a very strong momentum. I call this rolling wave planning. Some of the people love to call in a more fashion way agile, but agile has basically nothing new on the concept. We're talking about that for 30 years. And rolling wave planning is that how you can make and take a look on building things faster, creating some partial deliveries and get and collect results quicker. This is what we are talking about. So instead of thinking about 2017, why not thinking about the first quarter or the second quarter or the third quarter? So this will make much more sharp objectives. Instead of setting objectives, setting targets for your project for the end of the year, saying what I need to have done by March, which kind of deliverables I can commit myself to deliver in March, and in June, and in September. After that is prioritize. There is no time and money to do everything. And in today's world, we want to do everything, but we need to understand we need to prioritize. Prioritize. So done is better than perfect. Thinking on a more short term and using the rolling wave. Prioritize. And I want to give you my final advice is to be optimistic. I know many of you will say, being optimistic for what? Because we are facing so many challenges. But I want to ask you to think on one aspect. What is the benefit of being pessimistic? If you tell me, okay, I was pessimistic and then my project was on time. I was pessimistic and then my project finished on budget. I never ever saw a pessimistic movement generating great results. So I advise you to think in a more positive way because this will create a good momentum in your project and create a wave of optimism. I'm not saying that you should be blind of seeing the challenges, but optimism is the way you handle the challenges in your project. Think this because I see recently such a big pessimism in everything. And let me tell you, if this was good, I was recording podcasts about being pessimistic. This will not contribute on absolutely anything but getting you more depressed with your project. So think optimistic. The challenges, they exist, and this is why project management and project managers exist. I wish you a fantastic year, and let's be together with 5 Minutes PM Podcast. See you next week.